this a topic that like I always been a little back and forth on, and what I'm gonna talk about here today is the people who are around you who just do not support you, will not support you, do not care to, just always another time, just too out of the way to just even fuck with you. Now, at first, it used to really bother me, like when I was a teenager, and I was like, damn, like they don't fuck with me. But then I got older and I look back at my work as a teenager. I'm like, whew, I wouldn't support me either. This is ass. This is pure ass garbage. 2 pack of fresh meaty ass. You know, it just wasn't good. But then I made it to my 20s and or my early 20s, and I just started to really grind. I really, really, really put in the work, and then I got decent. I got decent. So at that point, at the threshold of me becoming dog shit to me becoming decent, it's like, okay, now it's preferenced on taste. Now it's more about taste. Now it's like, okay, you don't like this because you like other shit. Like, you're into country or you're into 80s rock, hair metal. You're into um, progressive jazz. You're into rap and you're into 90s R&B. Like everyone's got their preference. So the people who liked my stuff was like, okay, this is listenable, or the people around me were like, okay, this is listenable. I can support it. I don't hate it. It's pretty good. He could do better, but it's still pretty good. Like if he if I got a favorite track, I'm gonna bump that one out of support. So then it was like, okay, since I got like maybe like a couple of y'all or a few of y'all on board, I don't need everybody else's support. I don't feel so selfish in that way anymore. Like, I don't need my family or all my friends to back me. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter anymore. Now it's like, okay, I got support. I got people, you know, actually wanting to hear what I got. So I'm like, this is cool. This is great. People actually supporting the art. And then I got really good at what I do, and now I'm like, I kind of don't give a fuck if anybody supports me. Like, I like what I'm making. I support me. Like, I'll listen to this shit all day. I love this. Like, I started making stuff I wanted to hear. Stuff that shocked me and stuff that was like, okay, I'm in rotation with my favorite artists. Like, I put me in a playlist because I liked what I was doing. So I got to that point, and I'm like, okay, this is cool, but I still didn't care if anyone was supporting me or not. And then I got even older. I got to my, I'm in my mid 20s right now, so this is current. Um, Now it's like things are getting a lot more serious. Like, a lot more life choices have to be solidified. Things have to be, like on purpose. Like, shit is like we're not fucking around. It's not a game anymore. Like, we're not children. And if you make something, if you waste your time making bullshit at this part of your life, not necessarily age, but this part of your life where it's like, okay, some of y'all starting families, some of y'all are getting married, we're like getting our jobs that are supporting us and like uh, paying our rent and whatnot, and paying for homes and car notes and all this different shit. Like, we're becoming adults. We are adults at this point. Like, we're just we're here. We're here. It's we're getting to the age where we're all gonna have to start listening to jazz. I actually really love jazz. I have a few records. You know what? I'm getting off topic. Um, you know, it's my point is it's serious. It's we're at a point where we're doing this shit for real. You know, like there's no there's no going back. You know, we're too far to turn around, and now we have to really make the best shit that we possibly can. Now we have to tango with the greatest, and there is no choice. You know, because if we don't, then it's like, oh, you're still doing the music thing, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna just turn on the shit that I actually listen to, like the guy who already, or the guy or girl who already made it, and they're, you know, they got all the equipment, they got all the studio uh, condensers, compressors, by condenser mics. That's what I meant. But like condenser, like whatever the fuck you need, they got it. And they got a whole team, and they got people who put their livelihoods on the line of this individual, and they're up. You know, like they're making this shit happen. They do this for a living. And we have to compete with those people. We're trying to make better shit than them. The people who literally like are doing this to survive and to thrive and to, you know, just get to the next week. So at some point I'm like, okay, I'm not really thinking about it like this, cuz I'm just thinking like I like making music. This is fun, you know. But this is the part of life where I'm at right now. And I remember like maybe a year ago when I was working at this photography job, I was like, okay, like I need to start making stuff that is like actually worth promoting. That's like actually worth putting out there. And it's not like I wasn't doing that before, but now it's like, no, like everything's gotta be like great. You know, I have to put my best foot forward. Like I gotta, even if like what I'm making is like, you know, not all the way the craziest thing, I know it has to like be shown as if it is, you know. But I'm not gonna put anything that I feel half-assed about out. I'm gonna put out all the stuff I really like. So, you know, there's that. But I had to take it more seriously, and that was like the turning point. I was meeting other artists who also like really wanted to make it work. I've met some artists who are so good. It's like, what are you even doing out here with the rest of us? You know, like you're definitely better than the people who actually get paid to do this. Like who are making like millions to do this. Like there was this you know what? I'm not even gonna get into it. But that's the level that I gotta be on now. And to bring this all back to like what I was talking about earlier, when it comes to like do you care if people support you or not? Like should you care if people support you or not? And at the beginning of this stage, I'm like, hell yeah, I kind of do care now, because it's like this is the next step. Like I have to make people care so I can get to that next point. But then later I'm like, I kind of don't care about making these people care. Like if it doesn't hit them the way that it needs to hit them, then what's the point of forcing it on them, you know? And now I'm like, okay, I'm making some super incredible stuff. Like some of the stuff that I have unreleased, I've shown to people who I've looked up to for a while. I've shown to people who actually do this thing, this music thing for a living. I've shown to people who are extremely skillful, who like I aspire to be like when it comes to the level of talent they have, and they approve. You know, they approve of what I've what I'm putting out, or what I'm putting out, and what I'm about to put out. Some of the stuff I have is like just so incredible. I don't know if everyone's gonna get it, but shit, I'm really happy about what I've been making. And do I care if I have the support of my friends and family? Um, it's hard to say. It's very hard to say if I care, because like I want to be like, yes, I care, you know? But like I still don't care. Like it would be nice. It would be really nice if all of my friends and all of my family was like, "Hey, my my son or my nephew or my grandson or my fucking my bro, or you know what I mean? Like my homie just like dropped this thing and everyone's like pushing, pushing, pushing. Cause I feel like I know enough people, artist wise and other artists, artist wise, friends, family, to like I think if everyone pushed at least for like maybe a month or so, I'd be in a completely different space. But also I'm like I don't really make the type of music that everyone's gonna want to push to, and nobody makes the type of music that everyone's gonna want to push to. And if you do, your music's probably boring as fuck. Like no offense, actually full offense. Your music's probably boring as shit. It's probably like extremely predictable, and I probably won't get like a second or third listen. But it'll be good music. It'll be decent, you know. But I say all that to say, you know, jabs aside, I say all that to say like you shouldn't care. You shouldn't care. You should still be the person who you're looking out for, and you should just keep going. Just keep making the shit. You know, like aside from being a music artist, like anybody watching this who has something they like to do, whether it's like illustrations, painting, you making clothes, you do pottery, you crochet shit, like um, shit, architecture. You know, just keep doing you. It's gonna work. It will work. Also, I can't see the phone. I don't have in my contacts. I'm not wearing my glasses. I'm not. I can't see shit. Yeah, just keep doing you. You have to be your biggest fan. You have to be your biggest supporter. You have to you have to believe in yourself until you actually like make it. You know, like, and then after that, you have to continue to do that. You have to continue to like take a risk with yourself, take chances with yourself, and I hope I don't forget that when it's time for me to be up. You know, like I hope I don't forget. Like I've always wanted a team to like knock out my ideas with and like do shit with, who's like better than me at doing all the stuff I do, cuz usually I do all my stuff. You know, like the time I did have people like helping me with my stuff, I saw how easily it was to like actually get ahead. Like I saw how when somebody else was focusing on filming the video instead of me, like when somebody else was taking care of it, it was like very easy to focus on like just making the music. Or like when somebody else was helping me with my engineering, like on something that's not even out yet, but when somebody was helping me out with that, I'm saying somebody, it was Ike. Ike helped me, uh aka Becky. When he was helping me out, it was like a tremendous weight off my shoulders. Like I didn't really know what needed to be done, but he knew what needed to be done. And that was all that mattered. And honestly, when he was done, I'm like, I love this shit. This shit sounds incredible. And he quickly like Well, we was there all day, but still, like he quickly knew what the fuck it was that needed help, and he did that shit. And that type of support, that type of somebody believing in what you're doing, it's incredible. Like it took me from here to here. Like it took me completely out of the realm I was in and just shot me up like 50 levels. Just from him knowing to move some keys around on my arrangements to kill the shitty dissonance, and putting my vocals in the right key cuz I can't hear keys that well and I be moving off of just feeling. And he knows like, oh yeah, like it's this key. Like sing it like this, it'll tell you what key it is. And I'm like, and now like when I make stuff now, I'm like, I can hear it. I can hear the dissonance, like I hear it. It makes perfect sense. Like this shit sounds whack. Like wait a minute, let me keep moving this around and I'm gonna find the right key. And it works, you know? And because he believed in me, I was able to go further, and when people believe in you, they help you go further in many different ways. And if I had everybody's support like all the time, I'm pretty sure I would be in a completely different space. But I'm not necessarily looking for support or validation or any of these things. What I'm looking for is like actual tangible success. I want success with my music, and I want to be able to keep doing this for like the rest of my life, or at least until I'm supposed to, you know. But yeah, that's support is important. Um should you go looking for support? That's the reframe. Should you go looking for support and begging people to support you? The answer is no. But does support from your friends and family matter? Yes. It absolutely matters, if you're an artist or creative of any kind, like you need support. That's the cornerstone of this whole thing. If you don't have support, you kind of just ass out. But you can keep doing you, and you can learn all the roles and aspects, and you can be self-sufficient like and you can go really fast, but you won't go far. You'll go really fast alone, but you won't go far. And that's exactly what I've done. I am on out no, I'm on project number 30, and this is just officially. This isn't any of the stuff I released under any other names. This isn't anything that I've done with friends and other band members and stuff like that, because then the number would be much higher. It would be more than double. But this is, I'm getting somewhere quickly. I'm moving quickly, but I'm not necessarily going anywhere quickly, and all it would take is support from the right people, you know? And what I mean by that is just like, it's not just support from people who can like get me in rooms. It's like just support from the right people. Like people who really love you is what I mean by that. Like people who really give a fuck about you. Those are the people you actually need support from. So when I say friends and family, not all of your family's gonna give a fuck about you. And not all of your friends are gonna care about your creative endeavors. They might care about you in other ways, but they might not necessarily have the same preferences as you when it comes to creativity or like anything that you're doing. It's not up to you to hold them to that. But when it comes to the people who are the closest to you, who do understand you and the choices you like to make, creativity and like creatively, and like your values and like all these things align, and like everything, like you're locked in with these people, like your closest people, those are the ones that have to support you. And they don't have to support you, but they have to support you. Like if you want to go anywhere, they have to support you. And if they just don't support you, maybe them ain't the closest people to you. You know, maybe you need to start looking to the left or right. You know, maybe you need to look some more. Cause I got some news for you. If your closest people don't support you like that, probably not your closest people. But it don't mean that they not your people though. Cause you know your people don't gotta be close to you, but they're still your people. You know, like just like your classmates or your coworkers or whatever you got going on. Like they're still what they are, but you know, being close is a completely different thing. Whole different topic. Back to the first question, because this is probably like my third or fourth redux of this answer. Redux or redo? I'm gonna say redo, because the UX feels like a ooh, but ux feels fun. um, I've been yapping for some time. This is gonna be a long upload, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah. My answer, support. If they support you, doesn't matter if your friends and family support what you do. No, but it only matters if they're extremely close to you. Like if it's your girlfriend, boyfriend, um, you got a close relationship with your mom or dad or any of your siblings, like wife, husband, you know, your best friend, like those are the people who the support matters most from. Those are the people who it matters. Those are the people where it's like, okay, it's non-negotiable, you know? Like you can have people who you're that close with and like y'all can have an agreement where it's just not your thing. But like as them supporting you, like they don't necessarily have to love what you do. That's not what I'm saying. But like the support has to be there, you know. Like motherfucker could be doing model trains, you know. Your wife could hate that shit, you know. You know, she could hate it all she wants, but hey man, if I'm building that motherfucking train, I know she better be somewhere letting me have that train time. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Whoa. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Fuck y'all. Um, fuck the gutter mind. You know, my mind was in the gutter. She better be letting you have that time to play with them goddamn trains. You know, at least support in that way. You know, she better give you the space to do that. You know, or because support can come in a bunch of different ways. Support can come from somebody just not being in your face, you know? So don't take my words as like, you know, matter of fact, but, take them with a grain of salt. But support is support. However it shows up in your life may be completely different in how it shows up in somebody else's life or between their connection, you know? Just just know that your closest people have to support you. If they don't, they're not your closest people. But that's okay because they're just people, you know? And you have to keep going. Fuck what they're doing. You have to keep going. So, in the meantime, while I'm by myself with this, I will keep working and I will keep doing things so that when I do have a team of people who want to help me, out of just the thought of wanting to help me, then I will actually have a destination to go to. Because then there will be a point, and then there will be a place I can reach. I could do it on my own, but I'll just be moving fast with nowhere to go. So, there's that. Also, if I do happen to make it and I'm completely alone, that definitely won't be the case for long. So, yeah. Just some things to think about. I just wanted to yap tonight. Yeah. Okay, I don't drink, but drinking game, every time I say or like, take a shot. See where that gets you, you know? Maybe you can not show up to work. You can thank me for that. You'll be too hungover. If you're drinking on a weekday and you're playing this specific drinking game, hey man, I'm gonna pray for you, and you should pray for you. And if you don't believe, just look in the mirror for a really long time until you realize what you need to do. You know, that helps. Trust that. Love y'all. I don't know y'all, but we're done with this video. I dragged out enough time. Hopefully this gives y'all something to think about, and also, you know, if you have anything to say it in the comments. I will be getting back to you guys, as I always do. I've gotten back to all of my comments every time without a miss, and I've been uploading every day without a miss. So, hit me up. Talk amongst yourselves. Whatever you want to do, just do that. And remember, support is only important from the people that are important. Doesn't matter if other people don't support you. Doesn't matter if a hater doesn't support you. Doesn't matter if a person who you feel like should support you. They don't need to, because they're annoying and they're weird and they're not people who even need to really be in your mind as important, because they're not, and they never will be. Not to you anyway. So, just focus on the people that are important. Their support is the only support that matters. All right.